Welcome to episode 220 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. It is Saturday, people. Saturday, the 12th of June, 2021. Let's just check the levels are all right. Yes, they seem all right. Yes, I'm all excited today, people. Only because the Euro started last night, so anybody who's not into football, I don't understand that philosophy. If it is a philosophy, I don't think it is. I don't think Socrates or anything like that. I do not believe in football, but I don't subscribe to that, obviously. So I'm a little bit excited. I don't know what people do who aren't into football these days. They seem to just complain when any big competition comes on, either the World Cup or the Euros. Everybody just seems to complain who isn't into football about there being A, too much coverage, B, the stupid mentality of fans. Yes, we know it's going to happen, people. People get carried away. People have a bit too much to drink, don't they? I just don't, they're just complaining. Everybody's fucking idiots. They'll reference it against, like, football fans against rugby fans. Rugby fans are far more respectful than football fans. Yes, because most of them are middle class. That's what it comes down to, isn't it? It's a bit of a class war that starts going on, where people get to look down on football supporters in this time and just can't, yes, people are going to get fucking carried away and do stupid things, but the vast majority of football fans are all right and just enjoy the competition that's happening and unfolding before them. So I'm all excited about that. I get a bit carried away myself, to be honest, every now and again. But I quite like just sitting down on my own, watching the games. So I'm going to see if I can watch sort of like every game. They usually they look like they're on in the afternoon, in the evening, and at night. So there's like 3 games a day, I think, in the group stages. So I watched Italy-Turkey last night, and I'll be watching the games later today, baby. All ready for England, fucking England, to play tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to it. You just get the posts on social media of people, oh God, man, fucking, It's the atypical. The worst thing about it is I look like the atypical England supporter as well. That's why. That's why I don't look it. That's why I don't like it. I mean, I've got. Yes, I do have a skinhead. It's mainly because my fucking hairline is going back, and I'm just testing it out for when it eventually goes. But it's difficult to have those conversations with people when they're judging you from a distance. So, so I'll be watching. I watched the opening ceremony last night. I watched the opening game, enjoyed it, and I'm just going to sit here on the sofa, the other side of me, and just enjoy every game as it throws up. And in the back of my mind, thinking England are going to do possibly shit, but we shall see. We shall see. So that's always the thing. Every England supporter's got that at the back of their head. We remember, Italy 90, Euro 96. We remember all that shit, baby. All these new kids coming along where we got into, these semis of the World Cup and that. Think it's all like that. It fucking ain't. It hasn't been like that. We have been massive underachievers. The golden generation was more like a it was more like a fucking, I don't know, gold-plated generation. I think the Gerrard and the Lampard era. So we're gonna see. See how we get on. So that's what I'm excited about, people. I've bought my England shirts. I'm not wearing it today, but I will be wearing it to watch the England games. Yeah. So we'll see, people, won't we? We'll see. It's good. It's exciting at the moment. That's the thing. It's exciting. You know, I just hope they play well. You know, play exciting football and not just the normal dross of, you know, sort of like 0-0 draws and fucking losing 1-0 and shit like that. So we'll see. I think we've got a good team. So, yeah, it will unfold before us, won't it? Anyway, let's have a bit of coffee. We're on coffee today. I need that boost, baby. I need that boost. Yeah, so anyway, let's talk about a few bits that have been going on. Jeff Bezos, he of Amazon fame, Amazon, he of the book-selling empire that is no longer a book-selling empire and seems to be taking over the world, is obviously going into space. Hey man, I'm a spaceman from selling books originally to becoming an astronaut. That's a hell of a career move, isn't it? You know, it seems to be like every fucking billionaire at the minute wants to get off the planet. That's not a good fucking sign for the rest of us. It's yeah, I don't know. So Jeff Bezos is into space. Now, a bidder has paid, apparently, $28 million for the spare seat on a space flight with Jeff Bezos. Bids in a 10-minute auction started at $4.8 million for the 20th of July trip on Blue Origin spacecraft with Bezos and his brother. I can't see that being an interesting trip, to be honest. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin has sold the spare seat of the company's 20th of July New Shepard space rocket blast-off for $28 million, the company announced on Saturday, with 20 active bidders starting at $4.8 million. During the 10-minute auction, bids escalated the final 3 minutes of the sale, very much like eBay rather than Amazon. He's taken the concept of one of his competitors. Initially, about 7,600 people registered to bid from 159 countries. The company, yeah, I bet loads of those were just hoping it went for a quid or something. The winner, whose identity has not been announced, will join the Amazon founder Bezos and his brother Mark on the flight. The 11-minute automated flight. I can't see my brother doing that. You know, I can see my brother charging me $28 million to get on a flight, but I can't see it him actually giving me a fucking seat on there. The 11-minute automated flight, the company's 16th, but first carrying humans, will lift off from Van Horn, Texas. The capsule will carry as many as 6 passengers. All they do, though, is just go into space and then come down, innit? They're not like, you know, exploring new worlds. It's not like, you know, like Star Trek, you know, boldly going where no man has been before. They're sort of like tentatively going. That ought to be the tagline to it. Blue Origin, tentatively going where quite a few people have been before. All they're doing is going into space and then coming down, isn't it? They're spending 11 minutes in space. Last week, Bezos, who will step down as Amazon's chief executive officer after 15 days before the flight, he doesn't sound very confident, does he? I'm going to step down 2 weeks before, get all my affairs together, and if this goes pear-shaped, you're taking over, baby. Weren't your brother meant to be taking over? Oh no, he's coming with me. If this fucking goes wrong, I'm wiping out my entire fucking family. Last week, the trip comes amid increasing competition between some of the world's wealthiest men. This seems to be like the new thing for billionaires to do. doesn't it? You know, go into space. Blue Origin is vying with Elon Musk's space exploration technologies and Richard Branson-backed Virgin Galactic Holdings to offer trips to space, with Branson's Virgin craft already expected to launch passengers soon after from a space center near Truth or Consequences in New Mexico. Jesus Christ. Who wants to launch a spacecraft from somewhere called Truth and Consequences? Bezos, who has been spending about $1 billion a year from his Amazon fortune to fund Blue Origin, has compared space tourism to the barnstormers who stunt flying enlivened the early days of aviation. It's slightly different. You know, it's slightly different, isn't it? I don't know what you're going to get out of an 11, you know. You're going to get a fucking wicked view of the planet. They ought to start sending at flat earthers. That's what they ought to do. Get the main guy who's a flat earther. Shove him in there. Get him up there for 11 minutes. And he'd still come down and go, oh, no, not at all. It was all an illusion. Passengers, the company has said, must be between 5 foot and 6'4" tall. Discriminatory. No dwarfs. No little people, sorry. Not dwarfs. No little people allowed. I'll just be floating about too much, bobbing around too much. They must also be able to climb 7 flights of stairs at the launch tower in less than 90 seconds and sit strapped in the vehicle for as long as 90 minutes without access to a lavatory. That's me out. That's me gone. 90 minutes. That would be the only bit of that I would fail on. I'm over 5 foot and under 6'4". I'm between 110 and 120, 223 pounds. I can probably climb a flight of stairs at the launch tower in less than 90 seconds. But it's the 90 minutes without access to a lavatory that would do me. But the worst thing about it would be the time. Wouldn't it? I'd have a piss before I went in, go into the cockpit of it. Right, 90 minutes starts now, and all I'd be doing is looking at that clock. It'd be fucking torture. Because as soon as I'm 10 minutes in, my bladder would go, right, okay. And then I've got 80 minutes. 80 minutes on the countdown before. I don't know why you can't have a piss for 90 minutes. Is that when it's blasting off? It's bad enough having a piss in a fucking plane or on a train, isn't it? Without rocking around. Let alone being fired into space. That is a pressure piss if ever there was one. Trying to get that out. As the G-force is pushing your piss back inside your bladder. Jesus. Yeah, that would be me out. I couldn't do that. I don't know if I'd want to go in space anyway, to be perfectly honest. I'm not a particularly adventurous person. You know what I mean? I don't even know the name of some of the streets that are like 2 streets over from me. Somebody the other day said to me, while I was outside doing a bit of gardening, that's what I do, people, just to relax, just chopping heads off of flowers. There you go. How'd you like that? You think you're in bloom? Well, welcome to my world. It's over. Somebody came by and said, do you know where Black Cat Drive is? I have no fucking idea. I have no idea. I believe it's in that general direction over there. I have no idea. And then I Googled it when I came in, and it's like 2 streets over from me. I never walked down it. Been here 12 years. Didn't even fucking know. Ah, dear. Further, they should be able to withstand gravitational forces as much as 5.5 times the normal person's normal weight during ascent, and 3 times the weight for as long as 2 minutes on ascent. 28 million for 11 seconds. I mean, that's for 11 minutes. That's over 2 million a minute. Jesus. 28 million. What else could you buy for 28 million? And then again, it's a very, I don't know. It seems a very narcissistic thing that all these people are doing. You know what I mean? That's all that person is going to talk about for the rest of their life. They're paying 28 million to become a boring fuck at parties who just go on and, hey man, you should have been out there. It's like so beautiful. It's amazing, man. Like being up there with Bezos. What was he doing? He was trying to sell me some fucking books, man, for 11 minutes. It's just relentless. If you're wasting 28 million, you know, I don't know. I think there's better things you could do with that money. Let's have a little bit of coffee. 28 million. Surely you could do more with that, couldn't you? You could give $1 to 28 million people, couldn't you? There you go. Help them out a little bit. Help out a few homeless people, couldn't you? You know, not that I would do that if I had $28 million. Probably not. I'd probably spunk it on fucking trainers and fucking Nike fucking tops. That's probably what I'd do. Dear. Blue Origin. There we go. The company has said the auction price will be donated to Blue Origin's foundation, Club for the Future, whose stated mission is to inspire future generations to pursue careers in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. So it's going to finance, that 28 million is going to finance geeks in the future, isn't it? Geeks who are probably foundation by Blue Origin, Club for the Future. Here we go. That's sounds like if something you'd do if the seal population started to explode and taking up all the resources. Club for the Future, baby. I don't know. Oh dear. Sorry, that fucking coffee went down the wrong way there. Talking of things going on in space, I don't know. You know, the only thing with space is we've kind of checked out. We've kind of done what I've done here so far, haven't we? We've only checked out sort of like the road next to us. We haven't gone over like 2 roads. We've only checked out really our solar system, haven't we? And we don't know a lot about that, do we? You know, until they start travelling at the speed of light or faster than that, we're just essentially walking around our own neighbourhood at the minute, aren't we? You know, trying to find signs of life on, you know, Mars or the moon or something like that. That's like, you know, that's trying to find like a new friend out in your own garden. Essentially, that's all we've been doing. We've just been doing a bit of gardening, having a look around, digging around at stuff, and we're getting rocks back from Mars that are pretty much the same as, you know, you want to see a world like Avatar, something like that, don't you? You know, where there's weird things hanging around and stuff like that, you know. See what we can get out of them. See what we can trade. See if they want to buy anything off Amazon. That's all Jeff Bezos is doing, probably. He's thinking, I've saturated the market on Earth. Now I need to find out if there's extraterrestrials I can sell a different type of fucking bottle opener, model, you know, novelty bottle opener to. This bottle opener's in the same, has got a fucking Yoda on top of it. Do you want that for $5.99? 2 weeks shipping. Free shipping if you fucking subscribe to our fucking music, baby. I don't know. Anyway, keeping it on the space-related subjects, astronomers apparently. Jesus Christ, I'm fucking my mouth's drying out. I don't know what it is about coffee, but it just seems to suck the moisture. Hey man, it's a natural diuretic. All right. There we go. I'm going to have to finish this. I'm sorry about this. There we go. Astronomers have found a blinking giant star. A blinking egg. My uncle says that instead of fucking. You know, fucking in the in the sense of blinking heck. He says, blinking heck. Fucking hell. That's what you want. Astronomers find blinking giant star near heart of the Milky Way. The huge star, 25,000 light years away, never going to visit it. That's the thing, isn't it? Even if you're travelling at the speed of light, it's going to take you 25,000 years. It's hard to get that excited about this shit, isn't it? It's just like the whole concept is just, it's fucking too big. I know space is like, goes on for infinity, but fucking, have an end to it at some point. 25,000 light years away. Oh, it's what they say with all these meteors. There's a meteor heading towards us, and it's 1,000 light years away. Oh, right, okay. Still got to go to work in the morning then. Is that it? Probably not worry that much about it. I think my holiday's going to be safe this year, if we ever get to go on holiday again. Astronomers have spotted a giant blinking star, 100 times the size of the sun, lurking near the heart of the Milky Way like it's a fucking paedophile. Telescope observations revealed that over a few hundred days, the enormous star, which lies more than 25,000 light years away, dimmed by 97% and then slowly returned to its former brightness. Was there not just something passing in front of it? It's difficult. Is this what Jeff Bezos is going to be paying for? This is it, isn't it? That's what that 28 million is going to go to. Somebody like sitting behind a fucking telescope going, ask that. Does that look a little bit dimmer to you, that out there? I don't know. Maybe they just had something on the fucking lens of the telescope. That could be it, couldn't it? That's probably what they'll fucking find. There was a bit of condensation on the fucking end of the telescope or something that they're looking at. Oh, Jesus. I don't know. It's hard to get... Space fascinates me. But at the same time, I'm like, there's just too much. It's just too big for my pea-sized brain to comprehend. You know what I mean? And afterwards, after a while, you just think, it's probably... I'll start off by checking out my neighbourhood that I've lived in 12 years' time, for 12 years first, shall I? I'll get that nailed down. Then I'll sort of like go to some nice places in the UK that I haven't been to. Probably go abroad. Then I'll probably think about space a little bit, I don't think that's going to have a vast impact on my life. The fact that there's a star 25,000 light years ago that gets a bit dull and then returns to its former brightness. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe that's going to help us all. Maybe that extra little bit of 3% daylight. That 3% light. Maybe that's hitting the Earth. Maybe the dimming of that may stop climate change altogether. I don't know. In 25,000 years when we're fucking, living in caves underground because the surface area of the fucking planet is that hot, you immediately boil because we didn't switch over to electric cars fast enough. When scientists find variable stars that do not sit within established categories, they call them "what is this?" or WIT objects. Fucking, that's a technical. That's brilliant. Technical scientist there. What is this? We'll call it a WIT because we don't know what the fuck is going on. Any theories about this? I don't know. It just seems to get sort of like a bit duller and then it gets brighter again. Okay, well, we'll put that down as a WIT. Okay, excellent. Next one, categorise this star. Brilliant. That's the way I'd do it, I think. I haven't got enough patience for that. I haven't got enough patience to be a scientist. I'd try something, it wouldn't work out, and I go, oh, fuck it, that's that then. Right, on to the next one. What are we doing this time? We're trying to grow a lung on the face of a fucking monkey. Let's do this. Come on. Anyway, so, yeah, I don't know, man. Bezos will get it sorted, no doubt. All these fucking billionaires going into space. Hey, look at me, I'm going into space, Isn't it just one big wanking session between billionaires? Hey, man, I'm going in space. Well, I'm going in space as well. Oh, yeah, well, I'm going in space first. I've got a fucking little... I'm going to stay up there 11 minutes. I'm going to stay up there 11 and a half minutes. Yeah? Yeah? How much money you got? I don't know, man. How much money you got? I got enough to stay in space for 12 minutes. Anyway. Let's move on to woke Disney. Here we are. Not Walt Disney now. It's woke Disney. Disney is under fire. Under fire, man. Cruella de Vil in the new film Cruella. Apparently, she's not smoking a cigarette. Her trademark thing. And people are up in arms about this. She's not even vaping, man. People are complaining because... Jesus Christ. Jesus, that coffee has definitely gone down the wrong way. People are complaining. What do you think of the Disney studio taking this well-known villain, Cruella de Vil, removing her signature cigarette holder? Somebody was asked, I mean, that is part of her evilness. It seems as if baddies are not even allowed to smoke. Well, I can see it. You know, some things do have to change, don't they, a little bit? You know, smoking, it is a kid's film, essentially, isn't it? It's not like a fucking Tarantino, you know, film, is it? It is essentially a kid's film. I, more than anyone, can tell you how addictive smoking is, man. I'm not saying I took it up because of... because of Cruella de Vil. But people are going, hey man, this is just too woke. She needs to be smoking 60 a fucking day with a rasping cough and hacking up black shit in the morning. I don't know, man. Maybe this is not that woke. It's just like, you know, yes, it's a signature thing, but, you know, she's still got the fucking hair. She's still, like, after, you know, I imagine, you know, if it was something like she didn't want to skin, you know, Dalmatian puppies anymore. I know this is meant to be an origin story, isn't it? Where she gets into the fur trade. Is that it? I mean, if it's fake fur she's going round, that just sort of like loses the whole jeopardy of the film, doesn't it? Where the 101 Dalmatians or whatever are perfectly safe because she's only into faux fur now. You know, that might compromise the storytelling and her villainousness. But if she's still got the want of skinning cute little puppies for wearing their fur, then I think we can. Probably let the smoking go. You know, I'm not sure it was. Hey man, that was totally what her character was about. I'm sure the person who's playing it. I'm sure that's what they'd love, isn't it? Cruella cast. Who's playing it? Emma Stone. I'm sure she would love the fact that her character is just being brought down to that. It's nothing like her. She wasn't even smoking, man. Yeah, I can see why they banned it. You know, I can see why they banned that. You know, it's a kid's film. That's why they don't advertise smoking on TV. It fucking kills people, doesn't it? You know, quite a few people have died because of smoking. Touch wood. It's not going to happen to me, but you never know, baby. You never know. So Disney has banned smoking on screen several years ago for any film which is considered to be family friendly. Well, there you go. Unless they make it a hardcore fucking, where she's, just grabbing hold of puppies and skinning them live on the screen, holding it up, not even waiting for the skin to dry out, and just instantly sewing them together where they're still dripping with blood. And she puts on a jacket and it's like black and white and fucking red, still dripping all down it. I imagine after that she's going to need a cigarette just to fucking calm down a little bit. But if they're banned smoking on screen, what do? Totally abandon that character? Of course they're not going to do that, are they? They want the money so they can fucking get that spare seat and go into space, baby. I don't know. I think this is just too much. Hey, man, it's fucking cancel culture of smoking. It's probably a good thing. I know usually I'll be like, wow, this is fucking ridiculous. But, is it that important that she has a cigarette? I don't know. I don't think it is. I don't think it's going to affect the whole narrative arc of the story that is probably, you could probably guess it anyway. You know what I mean? Anyway, what are we on? 31 minutes, people. Holy shit. That is episode 220 of the Ben Briggs podcast. If you want to message me at all, as always, it is just podcast@benbriggs.co.uk. I'll be back on Tuesday after watching a fucking England fucking game tomorrow. England. And have a good rest of your weekend, motherfuckers. I'll speak to you on Tuesday. Take care.